Hello everyone, welcome Center of Light tonight. That's all, folks. Carl Lapperoux says he loves them drums. Yeah, pretty cool. And they're doing the same thing over and over with different feel every measure. It just feels different, but it's repetitious. There's no distraction. It's a heartbeat. It pulls you into a meditative zone. It says, you are bigger than you possibly imagine. And in those drums and the chanting, simply things begin to appear, and things that we thought important actually begin to lose their meaning. Hello, Kelly. Hello, Nori, Leah, Debbie, Ryan, Fawn, Lewis, Steve Stone, Carl Lapperoux, Melissa Michelle, Wendy, Chloe. What's up, Chloe? Guitar playing foo. So tonight we're talking about, that's all, folks. We're going to re-examine. We examined it when it was happening and it was moving through our experience. Now we're going to go back and revisit that. Metaphorically, subjectively, relatively. 2019. Pretty cool, wasn't it? What an amazing ride. Good or bad, get out of good or bad. Don't dwell in it was horrible or it was fantastic. Because on the third layer of horrible or fantastic is it's just fantastic. It's just a ride. What it means for each person is sacred. It's sacred. That was your journey for 365 revolutions around the sun, the S-U-N, or the S-O-N, depends on your focus. How was your 2019? You don't have to answer it. Ask it of yourself and just listen to the response. Don't judge the response as bad. Neither judge the response as good. See the beauty in it. Period. Because you are not all that happened to you. You're more what happens through you. And that requires becoming conscious. Fully conscious of yourself. First of all, Christmas is not over. Christmas lasts quite a few more days. At least mine does. Just because today is the 27th, the spirit of Christmas is something that you give away 365, 24/7, which is the totality of your Christmas. The Christ has risen in you self. Merry Christmas to you. Or whatever words you choose to hear. Kwanzaa, Diwali, Mahashivratri Festival, whatever works for you. I had a lady today when I went to the store. I said, Merry Christmas. She said, oh, that's old news. It's over. I said, my blessing to you will last forever. She didn't know what to do with that. She said Christmas is over. I get it. She might have had a rough one dealing with kids and food and family. Bye, humbug. Hello, Debbie. Hello, Lincoln, my bro. Let's see who else is just arriving. So tonight we're going to be talking about old times. What I want you to take with you is a very precious present. And of course, we all know the dialogue. We all know the jargon. And this big bug, stink bug, just flew on my TV monitor. It's a stink bug. So I guess it's time I sing you the center of light. Let me look at it. This is funny as hell. This is the Center of Light 2020 Shuffle. Everybody sing along. A stink bug just flew into my house and it's buzzing all around my screen. Hello, Christopher. Hello, Jim. And so here's the Center of Light 2020 Shuffle. The stank is going to get deeper. The peace is going to get greater. You can be a lover or you can be a hater. That's the crux of it. So today, when I made this splash banner, the music's going to stop. No, it's not, actually. Yeah, it will. Today, when I made this splash banner, along with the splash banner came this from the Divine Principle. I'm going to show you my book. I worked on it for 10 years. 10 passionate blood, sweat, tears. My dear's years. This passage came to me because my son, Eden Sky, who is so cool as a young man, he's hanging out in his bed over here on his phone doing his thing while his dad does his passion. I found this because I was going to name this presentation tonight, Wrapping It Up, or Let's Wrap It Up, or Wrap It Up, or... And when I typed that into Google Images, up came, That's All, folks. And Eden Sky and I said, how perfect is that? And so I'm using that as my template. So when I made this banner, I always follow it up with a teaching. Because the teaching and the banner are one. There's more happening in the banners than just some cool little image like clickbait that pulls you into to try to entice you into my forum. I do it all in joy. So in the joy, I find what is deliberate to me. And here is the text from the Divine Principle to support the presentation I have for you tonight. From the Divine Principle, Spirit says, the simple fact is that, conscious of it or not, you are the producer and director of your own movie, and any sad or unfinished scene in it will only become more difficult to wrap if you don't take responsibility for its content. Is your life playing out the way you want it to? If not, the only way to get it to go the way you truly desire is to do the work necessary to get clear about it. That is the crux of it. No more, no less, no good nor bad. Your life is the movie you make. The Center of Light 2020 Shuffle. The stank is gonna get deeper. The peace is gonna get greater. You can either be a lover or either you could be a hater. What this is saying, whether you follow the type of spiritual walk I walk or your own, or no matter what the path, everyone, it's common, unspoken knowledge, unspoken dialogue now that things are not what they used to be. Things are happening at rates, paces, steps we can't even keep up. You better put your walking shoes on, my friend. You got to keep up. What's happening is of monumentous proportions, all in a beautiful, powerful is the most important word here, way. What does that really mean? Exactly. Well, Keith, exactly. I don't know what that means. I can tell you it's going to be intense for everyone. Pro, con, good, bad, light, dark, in, out, up, down, all around. It will become mandatory. It is mandatory now for everyone to meditate upon the enigma of God. And we are being shown what we think true divinity is. I'm asking a very simple question. We're not all the way over the threshold into the 2020 door. But the foot is about to place itself firmly, unsurely, but without a doubt, on the floor. Millions, hundreds of millions, billions of people understand a new time is coming, a new time. It's literally a time in infinity, a space, a sliver of what we call time, which is the overseer of infinity, into a moment so we can grasp who we are as sentient beings from this time to this time, which is a 10-year period. It's the second decade into this new millennium. And hundreds of millions, if not billions of people are focused on this new year. That's power. And the way things are now is we are living in the eternal moment hour. Prepare yourself. It's not doom or gloom, it's fact. It's spiritual law. It's the law of physics. You've seen the image of God's finger coming out of the heavens and man's finger coming out of the ground, and they meet. That's heaven on earth. God, man, meeting in the middle. The middle. Jesus exemplified that fact. Heaven comes down. Earth goes across. You think it's a coincidence? It meets in the middle, the heart. I am in my Father, my Father's in me, and I am in you. That is happening right now. To levels people do see, but they're scared because they don't understand that it's just joyful. It's not about this wrath and this Armageddon, this is apocalypse. Well, actually, this is an apocalypse, because if you look up the origin of the word, it doesn't mean what we think it means. Hello, Pamela. Baseda? Darrell? Jesse, what's up, bro? Merry Christmas. Scott Johns. Heather. Leonard, what's up? JR? Junior? Claudia. I want to see who is here with me tonight. If you're here with me, just send me an exclamation point. If you're present, if you have to jet in and jet out, that's okay. But if you're present and going to stick for a while, send me an exclamation point. Merry Christmas to all of you. So we're going to review 2019. But that's really not what we're reviewing. I'm using that as a stepping stone. Hi, Trudy. As a stepping stone to get us to take the first step. 2019, all that happened. Just a quick review. We don't have to dwell. More importantly is that we reflect. Mirror. Spirit showing you your past, and you, as the observer, gets to reflect. So we don't dwell on the past. We reflect upon it. And in such self-to-self reflection, introspection, inspection, hello, Jasmina, something else gets shown to us. Shown. The light has shone. You show your light. Therefore, everyone is able to see. So when we look at 2019, what do you see? When I asked that question, did you start categorizing all that happened to you? Well, these things happened to me, and I'm going to put those in a folder in the shelf of shit. And these things happened to me because for the first 4 months of the year, I was great, and that's cool. It's all life experience. But do you, I hope you are there, but there's no rush, that you just simply see 2019 as objective, and to go, wow, What a great ride that was. And then you can go into dissecting some of it to a very minute degree. In other words, oh my God, yes, the first 4 months was this way because. So it's a learning tool. Put it in the file, put it in your gun holster, cowboy. Use it. But you don't want to dwell. Dwell. Hammer. It'll make you stutter. It'll make you stammer in every aspect of your life. You just want to reflect, look, review, take a deep breath, try again. Edison, it took him 100 times to create the light bulb, so to speak. He didn't see the first 99 as failures. But Edison didn't create the light bulb. It was Tesla. Point meant. And looking at what we would call failures as a learning possibility, then the possibility to learn something of infinite potential simply gets birthed. That is called Christmas. That is called the Christ. That is the Christ Mass, the Christmas that lives in everyone, as to why everyone at Christmas feels warm and fuzzy. It's because the phoenix within everyone is patiently waiting, but it wants to burst through the walls that we have all been creating. It's not hard. So as we look back in retrospect, in reflection to 2019, the beginning of, to 2018, the beginning of, 2017, the beginning of, so forth and so forth and so forth and so on. All the way to you had a cognizance about you of comprehension, intelligence, understanding, being grounded on this plateau, and intuition about you, understanding the swirl, the dance of this reality, to now. It all just happened in a flash, in a blur. But now you find yourself ever grown, ever expanded. It all just happened. And now here you are. And now here you are, your best tool, ploy, opportunity is to become conscious, present, conscious of the Christ. The Christ consciousness exists because Jesus couldn't have obtained it if it didn't. He became tapped into the Christ consciousness, which is the enlightenment level of God saying, this is me as God, and I express myself into the multitude, and everyone is a child of me, and you all can have it. He's not better than us. He's just better at it. So that's where we're going. 2020. Tonight's presentation is in 3 parts. It's a trinity. Neo, it's a trinity. Tonight is called That's All, folks, basically wrapping it up. The year, not only the year, but yeah, it's a year. It's your life year since you were born till now. Let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up in a nice package with care. The right kind of bow, the right kind of paper, which means something to you. How you want to wrap up your life package. Your last year, 2019, as well as your life from the beginning till now. You ready to wrap that up? My teachings coming down the pike are about that. Tonight is about wrapping Christmas tree. Where is it? Right there. Everything's backwards. Right there. Are you ready to wrap up tight all the nonsense? I am. And on this Christmas tree, there's a candle, a place behind the tree. God as the light, the apex of everything that has ever been important, is important now, will forever be. God, what is God? People say Jesus. I say it's beyond Jesus. Jesus is limiting. I'm not saying Jesus isn't the Christ. That's the unlimiting aspect of Jesus. It's not just Jesus. It's everything that's beautiful, that means anything ever been created, is now, or forever will be. My next presentation is going to be Don't Shoot the Messenger. And my next presentation after the first of the year is going to be Deep into the Rabbit Hole. I am going to be stepping up this spiritual fire. Those who do not resonate with the vibration, I'm going to usher in and marshal in as a teacher, because I want to reach everyone. I have not been holding back. Things have been happening with me chronically, in time, in sequence, as they should be. But now I feel the lid is off. And I'm being fingered, pressed, to use a word, upon. Say, Keith, start opening your mouth. Not that you have it. Start opening it up. And I will. I'm going to let go in such a way. I have no clue. I don't write out the agenda. I feel the agenda coming on. And I get glimpses of. I don't know just yet. But when I come back from this commercial break, oh God, I ain't selling you nothing. But you can support my work by going to youtube.com/Center of Light Radio and just subscribing. I'm going to get deep. Not deep as it, oh, it's so cool because it's deep. I'm going to go into the ocean of emotion. And I'm looking for something. If you want to join me in my looking, I will tell you what I find. And always know that if you find something as we're all looking, share it with me. But what's happening now, and I'm telling you, trust me, January 1st, 2020, when you wake up, you want prophecy? I'll give you prophecy. Not because I'm trying to be right. I'm going to tell you this because I'm a agriculturalist. I'm a spiritual agriculturalist. It's like a mathematician. I'm just good at what I do. I get it. Someone who's a gardener is good at what they do. And they will tell you, this is what happens. So, this is what happens. 2020, January 1st, when you wake up in the morning, your world is going to feel different. It's not going to feel just like another day. You will try to convince yourself of that. Something will be different inside of you. Now, in the recognition of that, you can go, it's just a new idea because it's a new year. Oh, I get it. Or you can say, I was foretold this is going to happen. And in so doing, explore it. Give it the attention it deserves, which is a newness not only about you. Dear Lord, it's never about you. But ultimately it is. Because when you make it about everything other than you, it becomes about your soul. And the Christ within your heart space explodes and turns into something called a God fire. You will wake up January 1st, 2020. And something will feel different. It may look like the numbers on your checkbook. When you sign your check, John Doe to Jim Doe, payment of $20, and you sign your name and it says John Doe. You put the date, 2020. Explore that rabbit hole. And you will realize in the time of January 1st, 2020, equally the infinity. So in other words, in contrast, you use the focal point of where you are in your journey. January 1st, 2020. It'll put you in perspective. If you look for the diamond in the peanut butter jar, you may have to brush off the peanut butter or lick it off. But you will get to the diamond. Going to be right back. We're going to do a year in review. Swamji, aliens, Epstein, fires, Notre Dame, politics to make a point. Not really that. Only for spiritual work, not because of politics' sake. Stick around. You are loved beyond measure. You are a treasure. Let's see who's happening in the room. Jack Brew, what's up, brother? Christopher Bingham, Heather Turpey, Kelly, Nicolette Berry. It's been a long time, dear. Callan Renando, Jasmine. I'm going to be right back. Let me regroup, revamp. Merry Christmas to you. My next presentation is Don't Shoot the Messenger. And the following one is Deep into the Rabbit Hole. And I still ask the question of myself, what am I looking for?
Inside. What am I hoping for? A better world, is there a cure? What can I do to help the score? I'm at a loss, I'm look inside. Where do you go to find your answers? There is a place you haven't tried. Your search for love is taking chances. Have you ever thought to look inside? You hold the key to find your answers. I am the door you have not tried. Never again taking chances. Open your heart and walk inside. Walk inside.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Let's get right down to it. Center of Light tonight. We are talking about that's all, folks. The end of the year. Not only the end of the year. I want to go deeper than that. That's the point of the new year. As to why I told you my next presentation is going to be off the cuff. It's going to get raw. Raw. It may push your buttons at first, and that's exactly what you want to have happen. Pushing your buttons means my buttons are being pushed because I'm comfortable in my own, and I'm going to use this word deliberately, it's going to be raw, my own nonsense. You're going to get comfortable in your own nonsense. It sounds rough, doesn't it? It's not rough. I'm trying to chap you a little bit. I love you. Raw. It's not meant to do anything other than your karate teacher trying to show you how to punch or reblock correctly, and you get a blow. Not that you're broken. Nobody's trying to abuse you. It's not that. The point is, the teachings are about taking us out of the normalcy that has kept us in normalcy. So, see, what is now normal is a new way, and 2020 will deliver that. And it will not wait for you. It will not wait for you. It will come tough. And we have like a 5 or 6 year window where things will get tough. And it's going to require everyone to put on their big boy or big girl spiritual pants. Because what we thought not only possible, what we are now experiencing, which before we thought was impossible. We never thought this kind of nonsense in humanity could ever possibly come to light. Guess what? It's here. $1996, this started for me. Bestseller 2010. This beautiful God, the Lord, listen to this, the Lord of the universe. Though I'm blessed to be in his physical experience sometimes, the fact that any of us can be a part of this unfoldment, God's coming out of a lotus flower. On earth, today, this is the universal Lord, conscious, Lord Shiva, Krishna, Buddha, Swamiji, Paramahansa, the Christ. It's on the earth today, and it's saying here, this is where we are. This is where we are. This is illuminated beyond, anybody can even imagine what illuminated is. Right? July 31st, 2020 is my year. Well, this is my year. I know that. I hope it's yours. So, a year in review. Your life in review. Hello, Christopher Porsche. Hello, Mary. I love Heather's attitude. She says, bring it on. She's jumping into the fire. What's up, John Berthelot? Chris, what's up, bro? So let's look at our year. Fast 120 beats per second music, meaning not so slow. We're just going to glance over a few things and make a few pertinent points. All the divinity I just showed you, not my work at all. I'm talking about the change it had in my life, change it had in many people's lives, but also the presence of this God-man on earth today. He's been on earth 9 times. He was the first illumined individual on earth ever. Hundreds of, however many thousands of years ago. He's here as a bringer of harvest, bringing people together, peace, unity, world, humanity, unity, kind of stuffage. That's what's happening. Hang out with me. I will pass all that syrup until you put it on your biscuits. I get it. And I want to give it. So, as we look at all this Sadhguru, another one. Jesus' birthday was yesterday. No, it wasn't yesterday. Let's rephrase that. The celebration of Jesus' birthday was 2 days ago. But all that being said, look at this. All this divine lavender crystalline structure that's happening in your experience right now in this moment. This very moment. The potential of the birth of Christ within you right now. Actually, every day. 2019. Aliens have been coming to this planet. We're not going to have that conversation just yet. Chemtrails. Weather modification. Tectonic bombs using low-frequency sound waves to shift the Earth's plates in Haiti. Fires. Australia. That before was Africa, and before that was the Amazon. And they're still happening. Fires. Speaking of fires, the Notre Dame Cathedral collapsed. The Twin Towers collapsed. You think this is all just bad people doing bad things to you? Are you that naive? Are you that ignorant? I say that in all love. It's about being raw. It wasn't meant to butt hurt you. It was actually meant to tickle you and begin to have that soul's time fork begin to reverberate, to bring you back to center, to understand that it's about being just aware beyond the drama and the story of 2019, because that's what 2019 is now to you. No matter how you slice that pie and that cake, whether it's, oh, this cake tastes divine, or it's devil's food cake, it's still cake. And from a divine perspective, it's delicious. Otherwise, you wouldn't have chosen to play the game. But you've chosen to play the game. Are you winning? Or are you a poor sport and you're losing? And when you realize that you can accept losing, then you're winning again. So you have 2 opportunities to win because you won the game. And 2, when you humble yourself to realize that I'm not going to be a poor sport anymore, I'm going to support other people, then you win again. So you have 1 chance to lose and 2 chances to win. The divine is always working in your favor. Always. Always working you in your favor. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, comes Jeffrey Epstein. No judgment. We ain't going there. I'm just saying, out of nowhere appears this idea. And we can either latch on it. I'm not saying ignore it. So we can either latch on what we think it means because we're being fed, even though the truth of it all may be the truth of it all. There is a spin on how it's being fed. So instead of seeing this, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, when we see this as, oh my God, this is nonsense. I'm done with this. Versus, oh my God, freak out, freak out, freak out, and go to fear, 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 fear. Strangely, oddly, it becomes something beautiful because we know the level of power that we are able to wield. You star child lightsaber wielding spiritual light worker you are. You see, we get that. So, are we doing something about it? This Jedi is. And many Jedis out there are slinging lightsabers. So we go from Jeffrey Epstein to not only this nonsense, but to child trafficking, human trafficking, to levels we never thought possible. In fact, we never even allowed ourselves to enter such an arena in the first place. And it's coming out. Sinead O'Connor was right. And they crucified her. They crucified her. And guess what? The stank is going to get deeper. The piece is going to get wider. We think, how can it possibly be any more terrible than human and child trafficking? And they're disappearing every day. It's always been happening. It's just visible now because of technology. So now that we understand, let's get down to something that means something. Hello, Lynn Abair, Jeff Miller, Cindy, Lincoln. So why is my computer frozen? One moment. That is so strange. I'm going to keep broadcasting. So if human and child trafficking is not enough, look up adrenochrome. No, actually, don't look it up. Where they are using the energy of frightened children's blood as a drug. It hurts, doesn't it? It's happening. It's always been happening. So as we review the purification of all the fires in the world, it's purifying. The transient world gets burnt away, all that it means and all that it represents. The church, the church at the Notre Dame Cathedral just said, hello. Takes a tumble. You think it's just because someone said it aglow? There are meanings on levels that only people who choose to dwell in such territory will ever understand. But it's given to all. Do you dare enter the cave of Samadhi? The cave of your unity with God in 2020. Because trust me, my dear friend, it's not only coming, it's here. Let me see what's happening with my computer. What is happening? Everything is freaking. It ain't my computer. I got a serious computer. But things are just, well, maybe that's part of the 2020 bells that are being ushered in. I see wheels turning. Do I dare click? Close the program. So I send YouTube away. Hello, YouTube. You're still there in my transmission, I think. So I'm still transmitting. Let me see if I can get Google back up. Wow, this is different. Restore pages. I'm going to say no. Then I'm going to go to Facebook. Hello, everyone. Good to see you. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year, my dear. It's going to get crazy. 1 sec. So I'm still transmitting. Let me see if I... Go. Wow. So welcome, everyone. Let's see what time it is. So tonight we're reviewing not only 2019, but your life from then to 2019. Well, Keith, there's a certain point I don't remember. Yes, you do. Well, Keith, I only remember my first time I was being bathed in the sink when I was 4 years old. Oh, sure you do. But before that, you don't remember. You do remember. You go, well, how is that so? Do you not know who you are? You remember your early childhood life before than you remember, because it shows up in your body. It shows up in your thought choices. It shows up in your feeling base, your mates that you choose over and over, cyclically. You know everything about you. So those points in the blackout phase in your early childhood, you are cognizant of that. It might be buried a little under the lumber. But when you intend to awaken from the slumber, it simply just surfaces. You know exactly who you are. You know how you were raised. You may not remember the events, but your body does. Your body says, I know exactly what happened. How? It says, because I was there. And that's imprinted in your cellular being, and how things move, how things respond, how you react to things. It's all part of your script. And what we're going to do, if you want to work with me and let me play with you, is to get out of script entirely. We don't want script. Script not good. Script not good. Some people are so comfortable with script, they say, but I love it. I just so love it for every day. I love it. I know love script. Script not good. Script you love, do you? No. We can reflect. We don't dwell. Dwell tends to want to anchor oneself into an experience that has been dead and gone. It's transient. In fact, it's not even there. It's such a delusional, listen to this. Dwelling in the past, not reflecting on the past. Dwelling in the past is such a delusional script one chooses to read and influence in one's life to try to make themselves believe it. It's done. It's transient. In fact, it's already gone. And the only reason it's there is because one, in even subtle layers of depression. You may not know you're depressed. You may not even feel depressed. But on subtle layers, you have a depression about you, because in your dwelling on past experience, which is dead and gone, you're trying to clamp yourself on an idea that doesn't even exist. How was your 2019? How are you doing? These are just checkpoints for you, not for me. I checkpoint myself all the time. How are you checkpointing yourself? Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, Bernie? And that's cool. But you will realize you can still support an idea without being so hunkered down into the nonsense, into the delusion of something that is just a trend. And everybody's trying to push you along in the wind versus you simply supporting a beautiful idea or a possibility. Because when it becomes to squashing the Democrats and the libtards and the Republicans, you lost sight of the true ritual and meaning of the Constitution and American spirit. And you become a part of the problem. If you have to blow out your chest and your lack of spiritual muscles to convince everyone else you have other kind of muscles, and be so loud and boisterous that you brutalize everybody else in your wake, for goodness sake, you are not awake at all, and you are truly part of the problem. And your time will be coming. It's here. And you may see all your ways and errors that will convince you that you are right, and you will find yourself ridiculously, incessantly looking for more and more might. And you will continue to up your game to blame everybody else, but take responsibility for yourself. It's coming. And everyone who lives in the joy of sharing and always thinking about the all, you will get everything. The abundance, the currency is changing. Your currency is your self-worth. I'm going to take one more pause. I'm going to be right back. And I'm going to go into vessel mode about what I have no idea. I have an idea about the possibility of 2020. I will see you shortly.
Trust that I will guide you in whatever you do. Just remember to breathe and do your very best to live in love, give in love, be in love, and love you shall receive.
What I want to be and see, what I want to see and want, knowing God is by my side. There is nothing I need to know. Expand myself to know there is no one else but me and God who's in my heart.
everybody. Just want to give you a shout out with some Yuletide greetings and some love. Yeah, I'm going to sing you a Christmas song because I'm in the spirit. Dear Lord. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. You know, I used to think that song said, please probably not, because I had a big old stanky dog. Roo-roo. Remember, y'all, this is the time of year where everybody wants to get warm and fuzzy and cozy and drink some of that eggnog. Woo-woo-woo-woo-woo-woo-woo-woo. That's some good stuff right there. You can bet on that. Now remember, you can buy a Peep the Creeper present this year, but keep it under $100. Right? Right? Happy New Year to you. Keep it tight, keep it right. Peep the Creeper's out of here for the night. Merry Christmas. Yeah.
Welcome back to Center of Light. Having a good time tonight. I had a wonderful Christmas. Beautiful people. Ate some beautiful food. A beautiful excuse to do all that beautiful stuff. Did you not? We find reasons just to be simply happy. Yeah, but it's Christmas. So what? It's Christmas every day. Christmas every moment. Are you finding every reason just to be happy? That's Christmas. That's what it is. It's the Christ Mass, to be fully illumined. The apex. The top of it all. Being the all of it. On top of your game. We gotta get out of the same, out of the blame, out of the game, and out of shame. Shame about your body. Shame about your sex. Shame about your gender or your transgender. The shame about your color of your skin. The shame about what you say. The shame about how you feel about yourself. And blame about everybody else about how they feel about themselves. And then blaming you for how they feel about you. It's just noise. It's just endless, incessant, rampant, running, nonsensical bullshit. So now what just happened to you in that explanation and all my passion and fire to you is to say, listen to what I'm offering to you because I care and I love you. Wow, I love it! And you're done. Can it be that easy? That's the question you and you alone have to wrestle with. Puts things completely into perspective. But when you go introspective, things become into a place of being seen. It can happen that fast for you. I'm getting better at it. And I'm an addict of it. Through all the push and shove it, I lean into that very beautiful possibility always. It can be an effort. And I effort to be effortless. That's the gig. That's the paradox. That's the phoenix that wants to rise. In fact, it's already risen. Jesus proved it, and it lives in you, so it's already done. The deed is already done. Are you already done with your deed? Indeed, that is the ultimate question. And within God is the answer. There is no question about that. That's the joke. The joke has been played on you. What you think is happening, you're lost in an illusion. I'm not saying you don't have feelings. That is not the illusion. That is the truth. But what you are doing with yourself and your own will, your free will has, our free will has often cost us a bundle. Not so free anymore, isn't it? Until you know the currency. That there's a current. See what I'm talking about? Currency. It's your money. It's your value. It's how you worth yourself. And when you appreciate yourself, your house, actually your home, which is metaphorically your consciousness, appreciation value. But when you depreciate yourself, you depreciate yourself in value. And no one will ever give you the attention or deservingness that you're worth. Not because they don't see you that way. It's because they see you that way. They see you, how you are projecting your light. So you say, I had enough of this experience. Because of my free will, I have the right to change my agreement with reality. I'm worth this. You owe me $5,000 a minute. Sounds pompous, doesn't it? Congratulations, you got it. Sounds arrogant, doesn't it? Congratulations, you got it. It's about not necessarily what you believe in. Check this out. It's not necessarily what you believe in, but it's about how much you believe in it. So in 2020, Jesus is going to become huge for you. Whatever your dogma, faith, thought process, transference, relationship is with Jesus is going to grow. If you believe in a punishing God and Jesus has the last call on you, and you feel about yourself, I'm not doing so well, and my own faith, I have no faith in it as to why I'm judging myself already before Jesus ever puts his hands on me, it's going to swell. And it's going to validate to you exactly how right you are. And if your idea of 2020 is this, that, or the other thing, and without that and with more of that, it's going to validate to you how right you are. Basically, what is that Judge Judy GIF, GIF that you see on Facebook? That Judge Judy GIF when she looks at her watch and she goes, that's what's happening. It's moving. It sounds like nonsense. Congratulations, you're there. It is nonsense. Compared to what has always been the same, it's nonsense. But if you're tired of the sameness, the normalcy, the nonsense sounds like a day at an amusement park. Vacation. Jump into the nonsense. That which which doesn't make sense. Because what we call making sense ain't making sense. People are killing each other everywhere. All the time, things are being horribly revealed everywhere. You go, oh my God, I can't believe this is actually happening. It's been happening for a long time. It's just getting revealed. And you go, oh my God, okay, I'm on board with it, and I understand it. No, I'm telling you, you don't. Let me say that again. On purpose and consciously, you don't understand it. Whatever the it is, it's coming. It's here. It's not doom and gloom. It's saying, I am the light. Listen to me. I am the power. I am the might, and I'm ready here to shower you on everything that you are telling me that you want. Why? Because I love you. What a glorious place to be in. For not only yourself, but for an entire race of being. Are you seeing what I'm sharing with you? That's happening. This is beyond possibly any of us could ever pigeonhole into an idea that we can formulate as an understanding in our own freaking minds. Do you understand the energy? You may not understand my words, but you understand my passion and the question mark I laid out in the form of my expression. This is where we are. The ultimate will prevail. Do you want to ride the game as far as you can until it's your time, until you're just done? You're 50, 65, 70, 80, whatever years old. Your time's done. I'm sorry. I'm not saying that it's new technology. It's here. It's not coming out that's going to save everyone's life so we can live at least a couple of 100, 3, whatever years, 100 years. You know, are you going to make it that one day that it gets released to the public. It's kind of the question of how magnificent of where we are. It's all just unfolding, unraveling in front of our, not our face, unraveling within our heart. Do you see it? What I am offering to you is to get out of the noise. Talking for the sake of talking. I understand you've been in a cubicle all week, 9 to 5 grind, and of course it's Friday. You want to let go and you hang out with your friends. I get it. Get rid of the habit of always having to talk at length. To look at your story of your life at length, because you can bet they are one and the same. Get out of the mundane vision of, oh my God, this is my life. That's not your life. You are life. Looking down on this habit, this experience of saying, this is what I am, this focal point, versus being this focal point, and watching down on all that's just taking place. Because we think this is what's taking place. This is what I am. It's not what you are. You're not even that. You're way up here. But this would be a great start. To look down at all this volume. Not only volume as in auditory hearing, it's, oh my God, it's loud. But the volume of it, the amount of it that's happening all around you. It's not happening around you any more or any less. It's how much more or how much less you are plugged into the choice. Are you in the quiet or in the volume? Or you can use the volume as a counterpoint to show you just how quiet you are. But or you are lured into, quote, you know me better than that, the devil. The one that lies to you, the one that tells you your loved one leaving is a horrible thing, that your loved one you lost, God forbid, in your life, passed away, or your child, or whatever it could be. No one's ever wishing that upon you. Either way, the universe does not budge for the truth that everyone has a beautiful and or terrible experience, all for the purpose of with a beautiful intention to create a beautiful, possible new you. Me. We. As a collective, which in and of itself is only one. There's only one race on this planet. So the world 2020 door is opened. And it's saying, truly think about this. Imagine you was looking at a globe. There's a globe in front of you, and you see two doors and they're both open. And it says, your choice. And you can walk into one, or you can walk into the other. And no one has any restriction on you in your choice, and says, either which one you choose, they say. In fact, there's a whole group of spiritual monks and angelic beings on their knees down your path to these two doors, and they say, you are loved beyond measure. It's simply your choice. How delicious was that poetry? That's it. In fact, they don't even scoff at you. They go, oh, I'm not into them because they're going down the door over there. Then that path, no. That's not what they're doing. They're just saying, I love you. You are being supported whatever you choose, because whatever path you choose can only lead you to one place, which is the absolution of everything. But what happens as an effect of your cause is you delay your point of arrival. That's it. You mean, yes, you don't have to go to church every Sunday. You're having it right now. Church is your attitude. I understand socializing, supporting each other in our brotherhood and fellowship. We're going further into the rabbit hole. My next presentation is going to be Don't Shoot the Messenger. I'm going to get raw. You may not like me. That's okay. You can always not come back. Your curiosity won't let you not do that. It's not a cliffhanger. It's not a showboat. I'm preparing you that something inside of me is saying, Keith, you need to get out the way. And so I'm going to get out the way. The doors are open. Let me say goodnight to everyone that's here. Robert, hey brother. Kelly, Krista. Eric is laughing. Love it. I'm glad somebody's laughing. Daryl Neely, Odin Sr., Lynn Marie, Anna. You guys, jump seat from my room to Anna Yoga. She does lots of tarot card readings and such. Check her out. Vicky Lynn, everyone. I'm going to go hang out with my beautiful son. Let me do a quick recap. 2019. That's a lot to take in. Take it in. You don't have to dissect it. You have to reflect it. You don't want to dwell on it. You don't want to hell on it. Just reflect. Simply see how it feels. And you're simple just glazing over it. You've done enough already. It already says what it has to say. You did good in this area. You did not so good in this area, but you kind of get it. It all just tells you. You don't have to just freaking go in there and just obliterate it apart. Just see what it feels like to be you. And seeing what it feels like to be you is a language beyond anything we could write down and ever utter. Look at it. Things are being revealed. Jeffrey Epstein, human trafficking, child trafficking, adrenochrome, the lizards on the earth, controlling the earth, all this crazy stuff, UFOs, Bigfoot. I mean, just all this phenomena, and Donald Trump and Hillary, and the elections are rigged, and everybody's fighting each other, and this and that. That's a lot. So what do we do with that, honestly? What do we do with that? It is my intention for the rest of my life as an aspirant and devotee of all that is good to say, I'm ready to dive in and find out the answers to a place there is no question. Send me what you got. I'll share it. This platform is not only mine, it's yours. It's ours. Your love beyond measure. I'm learning something new, so bear with me. Merry Christmas. My next presentation is Don't Shoot the Messenger. I have no idea what it's going to be about. I can tell you it's going to be no holds barred. Enjoy this time. Understand the meaning of it, the meaning behind it, and the meaning for it, and what you can do with that. For you first, everyone else second.